Oh, hey everybody, welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. Look who's in the house. Mark Dames, a good friend of mine, is joining us again. He was on a while back ago. First, I want to talk to you out there. Thank you for joining me today on the No Cover TV podcast. Checking out all of the shows, the ones that are the just vocals, interviews. Those are on Spotify and they're on YouTube. So check those out, all the audio shows, and check out these great video shows that we're doing. It's just like me back in the studio doing the TV show back in the day where I don't edit. So whatever happens on this show, it happens. Okay. It's great for TV. So I want to thank each of you, one of you out there, and also check out the upcoming shows. We've got a lot of great artists, all genres, age groups, all around the world. And that's the best thing. We are all around the world getting your music and your story out there. My next thing I'm going to do and say, you know what it's going to be, people. Well, that's my three favorite words. Support, support, support. Support these artists. Go to the shows, pay a cover charge if there is one. Get to their swag table. Get a CD, an album, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a coffee mug, keychain, bumper sticker. Oh my, it goes on. Get to the stage and enjoy the show if you can. And see if you can stick around afterwards and meet these artists. Try to get an autograph. You never know what's going to happen with them because it just goes straight up in my eye. And also remember, these artists are doing what they're doing to put a smile on your face. Your smile kicks right back to them. Put a smile on their face. Music makes the world go around. Mark Dames is in the house. How you doing, my friend? It's been a while since we've chatted.
Oh, good. You asked me that question. How are you doing again?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, the stuff that shows up in my mail. We did this before the show started.
I'm still laughing, people. This is great.
I'm okay. But according to what I get in the mail, maybe I'm not. Join us for an informative lunch. National Cremation Burial Society. Oh, my God.
See what happens when you turn 70?
I'm going to turn 70 next month. They got my number. I'm not sure what the number is.
Right. They got you, Mark.
I come to the Outback Steakhouse and choke down one of our lunches while we talk to you about burning you and sticking you in one
hopefully you choke and we can burn you that day.
They got facilities in the back.
Right, exactly.
We're gonna cook your ass. Nobody will know if they're eating steak or not.
Right, you'll be the lunch.
The meat is fresh. We can give you that. We just don't know. Hey, he was very, and this, I love this. Trust to build, promises to keep, free lunch and seminar, smart cremation, because you wouldn't want to have a dumb cremation. Your cremation be as smart as possible.
I guess they figure a full belly will be extra helpful. I don't know. That's great. So did ARP dump you and stuff, ARP?
Yeah, I know, right? I know. It's just amazing. The things that people know about you, you know. Of course, if you search anything on a computer, next thing you know, you're being pitched that, whatever it was, you know. Look up ceramic frog, and next thing you know, Facebook is chock full of ceramic frog offers, you know, 40% ceramic frogs.
It's bad when you talk to a device and it responds back to you and knows what you're. That's not good, brother. You
got to be careful what you type into these machines. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. It's not fun, man. Okay, Mark. Yeah. It's been a while since we've chatted. You've been having some fun with your music and doing all kinds of great stuff. So we got some catching up to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Oh, I had a goal of recording 70 tunes by the age of 70, a purely arbitrary goal, no doubt. But it kind of spurred me on to keep on working. So I think at this point I got 55. I got 19 on my Mad GQ channel, and Mark Allen Daves, Greg Quinn Livin. We partnered up a couple summers ago in Taiwan and did a lot of 19 songs from the Great American Songbook.
Right.
That's MADGQ, 19 songs, and I believe we have 44 loyal subscribers on there.
44!
And then 44. Yeah, we're double digits now. And triple digits on the Last Monk Standing channel. It's very humbling.
It is.
Very gratifying as well. My subscriber base has kind of fluctuated between 220 and 230. Now, I've got 200 rock solid subscribers who were my Taiwanese students, and they vowed to me, we will never stop listening to you, teacher.
Right.
So they never cancel. But my American students, well, when they come in the classroom the first time, and I tell them, hey, check out this Last Monk Standing. You know, it's pretty good stuff. It's like, is that you, Mr. Daves? Yeah, that's me. Don't forget to subscribe. So then they subscribe. But then a week later, I catch them cheating on a test using like Brainly or
Oh,
Classroom Ace or, using AI to write one of their incredibly perfect essays. And I bust them for cheating. And then I go from 229 to 228. It's like, screw, I'm not going to subscribe to your channel. It's cheating. And
right. Well, let me
well,
cheat.
the American students, they don't stick. They'll sign up and then they'll drop off again as soon as I
We'll
bust
just
them.
drop right now. Now,
Almost all of them cheat.
right. Now, are you teaching here in America plus back over in Taiwan? What's going on?
I taught in Taiwan I was there for 14 years, and I taught for
Right.
14 years. And I taught everything from kindergarten to postgraduate students. It
Wow.
offered a wide array of opportunities based on my teaching certificate from Florida and my
Right.
degree. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. My degree is in the teaching of English, so all the doors were just flung wide open. I could teach anywhere, and so I just chose the jobs that looked interesting. And I got looking back on it. It was just a wonderful period of time. The kindergarten, I was there for 5 hours. 3.5 was singing and dancing,
Oh, wow. That's
right?
cool. That's
So
right.
I would get a tremendous workout at kindergarten. And then my last two jobs were with kind of an elite private junior high with a couple thousand members. And then I did 4 years with them. That was a great job. 8 a.m. till 12, 4 classes in a
Oh,
row, bang. Noon,
can't
go
beat
home.
that.
No
Wow.
office hours, right?
All right.
And then my final job in Taiwan was at one of the top high schools teaching the kids who would go on to design computers and
Oh,
write the software and all that kind of stuff. And they were really good students.
wow. Wow.
Let,
So that,
let me let me tell you how it works. You walk into the classroom, and this class stands up and they bow and they say, "Good morning, Teacher Mark," and you say, "Good morning, class." And at the end of the class, they stand up and they bow and they say, "Thank you, Teacher Mark," and I say, "Thank you, class," and I bow to them. Now I came back to the United States.
oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
boy. Oh
yeah.
boy.
Right, right.
Oh yeah, I bet I can
Yeah,
imagine
I
what you.
I probably shouldn't elaborate on this, but,
Well,
maybe
why would?
maybe some of my coworkers are gonna see this, but,
Well,
uh, the kids all cheat here, and they're all addicted to cell phones. It's a wasted generation, it really is.
and as said, do you see any implementations in the schools doing anything about these damn cell phones, like locking them up for the day and giving them after you get out of school, or any of this crap? Anything?
Our students are required to turn their cell phones in when they walk in the front door. The first thing
Okay,
they do is lie to the front desk lady, "I don't have a phone."
right.
Right? Then they sit down, they start playing with the phone. Now, I'm teaching in a charter school. It's a computer lab. Kids are all working on different stuff, different speeds. So I'm
Sure.
not really conducting classes anymore. I'm more of a
Oh,
monitor, more of a
yeah.
facilitator,
Overseer.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
The benefits being I don't have to prepare lesson plans and I don't take papers home to mark. Really a blessing. As a teacher, at 3:30, I'm done. I get the heck out of there and I can forget about it for the rest of the day.
Right on.
But they almost all cheat. They've all figured out how to cheat using online resources. We got these largely illiterate kids turning in university quality essays. It's like, come on, man, what does exemplify mean?
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. Well, you used it in your essay. Well, I don't know.
Explain exactly.
Too bad exemplify was for 50 points. Now you got
If
50.
all these kids are cheating and stuff, don't they? Even the older ones that are 16 to 18, don't they realize that this is not going to get them ahead in life, and they're not going to know shit when they get in the work field?
Yeah, and you know what? The employers are getting savvy to that. Which school did you graduate from? Oh, that school. Oh, we've had experiences with those students before. They can't read. They
No.
can't write. They have no attention span. And
Yeah,
at work, they're always monkeying with their phone.
their phones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had a couple of employers I've talked to say they just won't hire the young ones anymore, the Gen Zs, because of the phone issues. Because they feel privileged. They expect to be able to put their feet on the desk, screw around on the computer. They want a break after 45 minutes of hard labor, which isn't hard labor. I really worry about this generation.
I do too. I do too. And having taught on the other side of the world where the students are doing university level math in
Right.
11th and 12th grade and they go on to design these computers.
Yeah.
A student asked me the other day, Teacher Mark or Mr. Daves over here. I'm Mr. Daves. Mr.
Okay.
Daves, how do we compare to your Taiwanese students? Oh my God! Like
Shit.
I said, let me just cut to the chase. I said they are designing and building the computers on which you play games and look at TikTok videos.
Right,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Well, before we get into the music, one more question about this. They're banning TikTok. What are these kids feeling? What do you think is going to happen with these kids? They got all these followers, trying making a little money off TikTok. Now they're going to take it away from all these kids. Do you think we're going to have it go spastic and losing it or whatever?
I don't think these kids would pick up a weapon to defend the freedom of the country, but I'm thinking they'd pick up a weapon to defend their access to TikTok.
Oh yeah, I agree totally. And
I don't.
I
They,
remember 10 years ago with my stepdaughter, I picked up her cell phone and just moved it, and the kid lost it. I mean,
right.
ballistically lost it just because I picked it up, moved it
Yep.
over here, and didn't look at anything or turn it on. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
And now my grandkids, 4 grandkids, her kids, their faces are in all these computer contraptions and everything, and they're not even 10 years old yet. It's like,
Yeah.
let them use their
Yeah.
imaginations.
Yep. Yep. I go to the grocery store and I see young parents. They got a kid in the grocery cart and the kid's 2, 3 years old and playing with a cell phone. It's like, well, that brain is lost. That
Yeah,
we
you
can
just
write that right
dumbified.
now.
Yeah, you just
By the
dumbified.
time that by the time that kid gets to school, the attention span will be very tiny.
Yeah, they're not going to learn a whole lot, man. And it's sad. It's real sad. All right, let's get
Yeah.
off these kids. We go on all day about this. So, Mark,
We could.
you've been playing around with music. You say you got 55 songs now. We're working towards 70.
I got 55. I just published one. Was it yesterday morning or?
Was that Ziggy?
Yeah, yeah. That's Ziggy. That's a Mark Jaspers tune. He was. these are these are all band tunes from back when I was a kid, and I've carried
Oh,
the
okay.
book around all these years.
Nice.
And it's kind of a mission to give these songs a life because they're not going to get a life otherwise. And so, yeah, I've got another maybe 10 or 12 in various states of completion at the studio. I could hit that 70 if I really hustled, but
Okay.
I don't want to turn out, I don't want to do it too fast. So,
Right, right.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you: Are with most of these songs, are you laying down most of the tracks with all the instruments, or you've got guys coming in helping you?
No, it's all me. Now,
It's all you.
once in a while, I'll turn to my producer, Drew, the recording engineer, and it's like, man, we could use a guitar in here, and he's a guitar player,
Okay,
so
man.
he'll pick up a guitar from time to time and add a line. But then I realized, hey, he doesn't really know these songs, so I bought a guitar, and
Okay,
I got a Vox amp,
there you
and
go.
I won't say that I'm a guitar player, but between echo and sustain and reverb
Right.
and knowing how to play a bass guitar, I can work that thing to get some sounds out of it. And next thing you know, I'm putting down the guitar tracks. It actually sounds just like something.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. When you can definitely add all these different effects, and you can sound like Jimi Hendrix if you want to. I mean,
I got a new instrument when I was up in Michigan.
oh, let's see this.
This was a gift. This was a gift from Casey, who used to work at the cafe. It's
What is
an
it?
alto baritone.
I was saying the miniature baritone. I used to play that.
Yeah.
I
So I'm
used to
pretty
play
excited about that.
baritone. It was eighth, ninth grade when I played baritone.
Yeah, this year I got one of those. I got a trombone and I got the guitar. So I'm 3 new instruments this year.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's
And
talk
I'm having
about.
fun with it.
You sent me Ziggy, and I checked out the video and the song, and I love it. And you definitely are filling out all the music with the horns and the guitar and everything. I'm hearing the trumpet in there. Did you add the trombone in there too?
I don't think the trombone made an appearance in that one, but I think it did in the song before. Yeah. You know,
No.
we get to a certain point and like Drew will say, well, you got 8 trumpet tracks, you got 18 vocal tracks, you got 6 harmonic tracks. Uh, what else would you like to do? Like, well, I got a coffee thermos here. I can bang on the thermos. That makes a great sound. Well, let's get the thermos in the mix.
Right, let's get a Wallitzer and stuff like that. That's
So,
beautiful. Now,
kazoo,
kazoo.
you know,
There you go.
hand clapping,
Triangles.
finger
Right.
snapping. Now I always get the finger snapping in one take because
Oh, that's
I'll do
good. Do double. All
right. So we try to put finger snapping in as many as possible.
right.
Um,
Well, talk to me about Ziggy because that's a pretty intense video. I mean, you're down in the slums looking at everything. Well,
well,
let's talk about the basis of this song and what it's about because this looks like it's pretty in depth and has quite a meaning to
that's probably going to piss off the songwriter, the Mark Jaspers, because he probably wrote about something completely different.
it.
But then here I'm looking at the text. Here's these words, here's this music. What kind of a story can we tell given what we have? Well, Ziggy ran away, gonna find the sun, caught up in the darkness where it ain't no fun. Everywhere he goes, he ends up running, never gonna find his way home. Oh, that's a guy who goes to Hollywood looking to be a movie star,
Movie
ends up
star.
ends up getting hooked on fentanyl, lives in a tent, and ends up dying. Of course, that's what the story's about. So he's probably gonna make a trip down here to kill me. But anyway,
Where'd you get all the clips? The video clips to make that
all,
video.
all the pictures.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just catch them off of Google
Grab.
Images.
There you
I
go.
grab. Sometimes it says, "Oh, there might be a copyright." It's like, yeah, I got
Not.
223 followers. Come and get me.
I love it, brother. That's wonderful,
Yeah.
my friend. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Now, what I do, I will say this: what I do try to do, like if you notice in this video, the beginning and the end videos, or the beginning and the end images, do not offer a view of a guy's face. I try to minimize photos of actual people where somebody might get recognized. And I
True.
try to minimize that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. Definitely. Now, you were just up here in Michigan a couple weeks ago, weren't you?
I was. My daughter had a child. She had a little girl named Autumn Josephine.
Wow.
That's
Beautiful.
my first grandchild. Uh, I was starting to wonder about those kids. They're all in relationships, and it's been years and years. It's like, hey,
Let's get it
don't make
going.
don't make dad explain how this happens.
Yeah, right. Well, let me tell you how this works.
They figured it out. They figured it out. A beautiful little girl. I was so happy to see her. And
No,
then
well, beautiful.
at the same time, I ran up to the cottage and I picked up my record collection and brought it down here. So,
There you
yeah,
go. Mine's sitting right next to me. I love it. That's
yeah,
great. So,
yeah.
are you going to permanently stay in Florida, or what's going on? You want to come back up here at all?
Well, we have homes in Florida, Michigan, and Taiwan. My wife and
Okay.
I.
There you go.
We're closing in on retirement. She's in her 30th year of nursing, and I'm in my 9,000th year of teaching.
Right.
Jesus,
Well, okay.
which I really, really enjoy.
Right. Now let's.
Hey,
I want to go back 20 years when you had the coffee shop.
yeah.
Now that was a great thing. We brought music and stuff, and I love the coffee shop. But were you teaching before the coffee shop? Would you just open a coffee shop, want to take a break from teaching, or did you continue teaching while you had the coffee
No, I've had a very checkered career. Um, Yeah, I came straight out of high school and did 2 years at Calvin College, and then after that, I needed a summer job for the summer between the second and third year. I went down to the cab company and I worked that summer. Ruined me. Came back came back to school. It's like I can't sit in these classrooms. I gotta move.
shop? Right.
So it turned into 23 years of cab driving. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
Uh,
No shit.
now, when I was 35, I thought, well, I got to get serious about this. I went back to school and got my degree
Okay.
in 1989, and then I taught from 89. Oh, I don't know. I taught for a few years in Chicago,
Okay.
which was another trip. I had
Not
11th and
bad.
12th graders all working on their first, second, third grade level. Um, Truly a nightmare scenario. We had metal detectors. In the year and a half I was at the one high school, one kid got shot and killed inside the school, and another kid got shot and killed on the steps outside the school. It's
What
like,
the
okay, well, that's my beginning experience here with this.
Right.
And then my wife wanted to go back. my wife at the time, my ex-wife, wanted to go back to Grand Rapids, our hometown. She was a little, we by that time we had a baby, and she wanted to get back to Grand Rapids. And I told her, well, we're both teaching. This is professional suicide.
Right.
So sure enough, I got back to Grand Rapids. I could not get a teaching job. I subbed for a while.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm back in a cab.
Oh,
7 years.
oh man, I didn't know that. Wow.
Mhm.
So when did this idea come for a coffee shop?
As a cab driver, I was extremely aware of property all around the city. I was also reading books like Creating Wealth by Robert G. Allen,
What?
which advocated for a strategy of borrowing other people's money to make your down payment and then getting the seller to do the financing.
There you go.
And I read that book, and I read How to Turn 1,000 into a Million in my spare time, which is another classic in the real estate field. Inspired by those two books, I went right out and bought two properties using other people's money for both of them. The
Right.
cafe, I put zero into it. I mean, I
Oh, nice.
later, of course, remodeling it, I put a lot into it, and a lot
Sure.
of effort and money. But I bought that building for 30, and I sold it for 155 12 years later.
Yes.
And with the money, I went back to school and added a history minor, which activated my teaching license again, which I immediately transferred to Florida after I got a job offer down there.
Nice.
So I went down to Florida. I taught for 1 year, and at the end of the year, the economy crashed, and they said, "Oh, well, the 19 latest teachers get hired. Sorry, you're." So I got laid off. First time in my life I'd ever been eligible for unemployment. Damn straight, I milked that.
Oh
I
yeah,
took,
right.
I took the first 5 months. I was living by the beach already. I had a little trailer down there, and I walked that beach for 5 months. And I really got toughened up. I was doing, 8, 10 miles a day, and then after a while, it's like, there are jobs in Asia. By this time, I was aware of it.
Yeah.
So I floated my resume on daveseslcafe.com, and I got 35 job offers the next day from
Damn.
Korea, South Korea, and
Oh.
6 from Taiwan. Why so few from Taiwan? Why so many from South Korea? Check the weather report. Snowy and cold, South Korea. Sunny and warm, Taiwan. Taiwan, here I
One
come.
Taiwan. There we go. I don't blame you, my friend.
I got there and discovered the kindest, gentlest people I'd ever known, a country free of gun culture and fear, universal health care, for which I am still eligible because I have my Taiwan green card. I can
Nice.
go back there and retire. Now, everybody in Taiwan gets this. It's a national health card. And every doctor and every dentist and every hospital is in the plan.
Wow.
There's no in plan, out of plan. That's horse shit. That's American horse shit.
Right, right. Well, I'm going to get off subject a little bit because me and my wife, we're planning on moving to Thailand. We're going to retire to Thailand, get a condo.
That's a good move. They have excellent medical facilities at reasonable prices.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So the thing that we're debating is whether we keep our Plan B, which is costing each of us $200 a month, or we just get our health insurance over there, or we just pay out of pocket over there because it's so cheap.
There are travel insurances which cover
Travel.
everything that occurs. Covers everything that occurs outside the United States. And those are worth looking into. I don't know the names of them.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to cover that.
Oh, let me give you a really good tip here. Vagabond Awake YouTube channel. Just
Mm.
make sure that Vagabond Buddha,
Vagabond.
Vagabond Awake. Dan
Okay.
and Xiang have been traveling the world for 17 years. They've lived in 60 or 70 countries, and they will walk you through every aspect of living abroad. Okay.
Cool, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking to some
Okay.
people that live there that are going to help out and stuff like that. Because Thailand's a little different, their government and stuff like that. So you got to work around all these corners.
Have you figured out where you want to live in Thailand?
It's either going to be Hue Hin or Jamtin or Chiang Mai, I think.
Good. You've done your research. Chiang Mai is fantastic. I loved it there.
So it'll
Yeah.
probably be Hue Hin for a while, and then I might buy a couple condos, maybe one in Krabi, maybe one in Hue Hin. So.
But if you and your wife are going to be comfortable with your Social Security, I wouldn't recommend buying anything.
Well, rent is real cheap. Yeah, we thought about just renting for a year or two or whatever, but
Yeah, because
you know,
that gives you the freedom to do maybe See, with slow travel, you spend maybe 2, 3 months in Thailand, then you go over to Cambodia for a couple of months. You
Right,
go over to
Vietnam, right, sure. Laos,
Vietnam is fantastic too. You don't want to miss out on Vietnam. Da Nang, Nha Trang. There's
right.
some great places in Vietnam. Hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll probably wait a few more years because I have a dog, and we thought about bringing the dog over, but that's a big, complicated mess too to do that.
How old is the dog?
7. So I mean, she'll make the flight and stuff like that, but
I was gonna
I
say
don't
it's a
know.
little early to put her down. Sorry, sorry, we're getting on the airplane.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have a ticket for you, but
Right,
it
right.
was nice
So,
knowing you there, puppy dog.
yeah, come find me. No. All right, so you laid down Ziggy. That's the new song here, and I love it. Now, what's the next one coming out? Do we know yet?
Yeah. What I do when I go in the studio is I'm constantly doing
Oh,
notes.
look at all the notes. Oh, look at that.
I got all the notes, so you know, I've even got notes about where in Cebu to record in the
Nice.
Philippines.
Hey, there we go.
17 an hour, 8 an hour, 14 an hour, and 9 an hour. So I'm looking forward to checking that out at some point.
Right on.
Uh, yeah, what's next? Fire in the Hold, another Jaspers song.
Okay.
Uh, Falling Again, which my brother wrote and which I completely changed. Living Alone, a John Borst tune,
All right.
and then another John Borst tune. So yeah, just more of the monk stuff.
Okay.
And
Oh,
there's a bunch of them that are almost finished right now. So
okay. Now, do you think you might be able to take these and play out at all, or isn't that your goal? Or
not my goal.
that's not
No,
your goal to play? Okay. Just got to want to get them recorded out there.
I just want to record them and get them out there. And I'm not even worried so much about how many people are subscribed or how many listens I get.
Right.
Uh, my my role models are Grandma Moses, who produced her best paintings in her mid 70s,
There you go, Grant
and of
Moses.
course Vincent Van Gogh, who didn't sell a painting in his lifetime. So let
Right.
let time sort it out. That's what I figure. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Exactly. Well, I want to ask you a couple questions that I didn't hit you up last time. And I want you to give me two answers on this one. And I'm thinking of people, a person alive and a person has passed away. Throughout your lifetime and all these artists you've seen and all that, who would you really want to get on the stage with and perform with if you could?
Ooh. Um, if we could bring Stevie Ray Vaughan back, I'd love to be on the stage as part of that trio playing the bass because I saw him do that at the Chicago Stadium back in the 1980s. That
Wow.
was one of the best shows I ever saw. It was a small audience, and I was like 10, 15 feet away from him. It
Wow.
was an amazing show, and I thought this bass player doesn't know how good he's got it. This is a
Right.
fantastic stuff here, right? So Stevie Ray. I love Stevie Ray.
Good answer. I like that.
Living,
Past
hmm,
or living? Yeah, living.
living. Well, let's see here. Everybody likes money. I imagine Taylor Smith probably. You stand in as her bass player for for the next.
I can see you.
Probably the
We'll dress
bonus
you
at
up
the
and
end of that would probably set me up pretty good. So
we'll put
I
you in
don't.
spandex and sequins so you can match your outfits.
Oh yeah, I'd have to run around in my closet to find the clothes to go with that. But I
Right.
think I got.
You got
I
it
think I
down.
got it.
He's got his Elton John boots in the closet. He hasn't brought out for a while.
What?
Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah. I said, hey Taylor, I'm gonna wear these pants. What do you think?
There we go. The crowd's gonna love you. That's great. That's beautiful, my friend.
Now I admire her business acumen, and I'm not really familiar with her music.
Right, me
But I
neither.
also am impressed by her kindness and her to her fans and her
Generosity.
generosity to her crew. And
Yeah,
it's all taken together. It is a way more class act than you see from a lot of other musicians.
I
And
agree.
yeah, currently head and shoulders above.
Hmm.
Not to mention, of course, she's 5'11", so yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Her ticket prices are over $1,000 a ticket, if not more. What do you think about when we were younger going to see concerts? It was $3, $4, or $5 a ticket, if that. You think it's a little too much price gouging right now? You think they should be able to drop it up to 100 or under 100 per person if they're
Yeah,
doing a
ab-
100,000 people show?
absolutely. I would never go to a concert and pay $1,000 for it.
The
I can
fuck?
go to YouTube, listen to their music all day long.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get to the show and you got to spend hundreds of dollars on a T-shirt or a hat or whatever you want to remember
Yeah,
them. I guess.
yeah.
I don't know how
I
people afford that.
No, I try to focus my money very shrewdly on what needs to get done. Like I was telling somebody the other day, my largest monthly bill, well, after taxes on the three properties, is recording studio.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I don't have to piss away on concerts anymore.
No,
Uh,
no.
Similarly, I never eat in restaurants. I don't smoke. I
Good.
don't drink. I never go to clubs. I would not go to a club.
No.
Um, I try to spend my money smartly. So
Well, that's good, and I wish more people thought that way because they need to think that way in this economy and the way things are going. Right?
I was I was talking to a buddy the other day who will remain unnamed, and he's got an alcohol problem. And I said, for what you spend on booze every day, you could be buying two Ford. You could be buying two stock from Ford.
Yeah, yeah.
If you did it every day, and at the end of the year, you'd have 700 shares of Ford stock, or better yet, once a week, buy a share of Nvidia,
Yeah.
or buy some. I've gotten
That's
interested in and involved in the stock market in the last few years.
okay.
Nvidia was very good to me. Last year I bought, and this year I don't know, tripled or quadrupled, whatever it was. They did a
Well,
stock split. They did a 1 for 10, and yeah, I can't see spending money on entertainment now when life itself is so entertaining, and you're trying to create stuff. I don't need to
right.
be entertained by other people.
No, true. I agree with you there. So now you got these songs down. Are we putting EPs out? Are we laying down albums or anything? CD? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, at some point I would like to make something physical. I'd like to do a CD because I've had few people ask about it.
Okay.
Uh, no rush on that. I'd like to just continue to record and put it on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Excuse me. I was doing Spotify for a while, but um, you know, I think I got like 31 cents off of those guys. It's like, you guys aren't even worth it. So,
Spotify. I don't care for myself.
yeah, like,
No,
man.
that's what a lot of the shows are.
And
Now,
and
with your
they just Spotify does something else, or I should say DistroKid does something else. They will put your song on YouTube one at a time and lure people into subscribing to that one song and basically steering people away from your main channel. So I regard Spotify and those others as they're kind of a distraction in a way.
yeah, I would
It's
say
all about
so.
it's all about YouTube now.
Yeah, yeah, it is about you too. It's where it
Yeah.
seems to all be happening. I don't get it. I don't get it, Mark. It's a crazy world, my friend. It
Yeah.
is. Oh my goodness. Now, do
But
you?
my Go ahead.
I was just going to say, with your music, are you going to ever collaborate with anybody with their music, or they come in and do with you vocals or anything?
I do have a friend here. Her name is Shelly, and she's the lead singer with a local classic rock band. They're called Rocker.
Okay.
And I've offered to produce her first album. She's written a lot of songs, and she's been in the studio once, and I hope that she comes back in the studio more. And she and I and my brother years ago collaborated in a very short-lived project called the Dave's Trio,
Okay.
and our voices blend together very, very well.
Oh,
And so
nice.
I would like to produce her first album and participate in it, but she's really busy with the band. That band works constantly, so
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's
every
real
time I
good.
invite her, it's like, we got a show that night. I can't come." Or we had a show the night before and I'm pooped. So
Okay.
I'm hoping because she's very talented, has a beautiful voice, and I know her songs are going to be good. So
Well, good, my friend. Good, good. Well, we're kind of getting to the end of the show here. A couple more questions before we get out of here, Mark. And I'm having a great time with you, brother. We could talk all day, my friend.
good.
But, this question I want to ask advice for these young, I don't want to say idiots, but these Gen Zs out there. Any advice for them that want to do what we do as far as music and stuff like that? Or any advice?
Yeah. disengage from social media and focus on learning your instruments, focus on learning how to write songs. Don't pander to the lowest common denominator. Yeah, we all understand ass and tits, and I don't like my mom, or all that lowest common denominator stuff. Don't go there. Write some things that stand the test of time. Don't write garbage.
Yeah.
You know,
No, and it's easy to write garbage. It takes
it is too.
talent to write some good stuff, a song.
Mhm.
Yes, definitely. Man. Well, I like that advice. So, when can I expect that new song to come out, my friend?
I go back in the studio next weekend,
All
so I
right.
hope I can wrap up another one next weekend.
Good deal.
Yep.
I like that. Well, I love it, Mark. Hey, I appreciate you coming on the show again. It's a lot of fun when we can get to catch up, my friend.
Yeah,
Definitely.
my pleasure.
And go to some of those luncheons. You never know.
Yeah, yeah. I should go there and
Yeah.
order the healthiest thing on the menu and put in earplugs. Yeah.
There you go. You're
Yeah.
walking in earplugs.
What are you talking about cremation? What's cremation?
What's creamy?
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
I don't see it on the menu. Where's
Right.
cremation on the menu?
Yeah, how much is this?
Yeah.
That's funny. Mark, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was a pleasure talking to you again, my friend. And you're looking
Yeah.
good. I'm glad everything's going well for you.
Hey, thanks, Al. Take care.
All right, you take care, everybody out there. Check out the next podcast coming up. We got so many coming. Check out Mark. Hey, Mark, before we go, where can they find your music if they want to listen to it?
Last Monk Standing. YouTube.
There we go.
Last Monk Standing.
Last Monk
Last
Standing on
Monk Standing.
YouTube. So subscribe to their channel, his channel, and subscribe to No Cover TV. Hey, that's the way
Hey,
to go.
we'll subscribe to your channel as well.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We promise. Yeah.
We'll subscribe to the channel.
All right, everybody, we're out of here. You have a good one. Thanks, my friend Mark. We're out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Take care, Al.